Hi guys, and welcome back to Nick's Home Renovation. As you can probably tell by the shiny new kitchen behind me and the cat sitting somewhere he shouldn't, we have finally moved in after nearly 2 years since we owned the house. For those coming on here for the first time, we bought this house in February 2023 as our hopefully forever home. It had a huge 7-metre side plot and a huge 165-foot garden, as you can probably see out there, which is still a bit chaotic. And what we did was extend a double-storey extension on the side over there and a single story across the whole back, which is about 15 metres out the back here for our kitchen dining area. And we renovated the whole thing from start to finish. Sorry for the bit of a delay in posting this. We moved in on the 1st of December, but unfortunately the latter part of last year, my family on my side particularly, had a bit of a rough time. We lost a grandparent and then another family member was in hospital for a few weeks. So it was a really awful end of the year, and it's that when those things happen, you realise what's important. So the house just went to the bottom of the list and we just prioritised family for a few months, which is why we're not completely finished here, but we are 99% before we start going into things like TV stands and storage for Lydia's playroom. But let me start by showing you around. I think it makes sense to start from the front door so you guys get some perspective. But let's start by going back to the front door. So even the front door itself is new, which I'll show you when we go outside. But to get some perspective, the old house used to end at these doors here into sort of this corner here. So everything you see on the left from this beam onwards is the double-storey side extension. And then everything you see from this wall here, that's the old outer wall, is the new extension on the single story as well. This is the messiest room in the house, which is a bad one to start with, but this is Emily's office, but it's been our dumping ground. So you know you just have to have one room when you move all your boxes and things. This has been the dumping ground. For those that have seen the videos in the start, this used to be one long room going all the way down there. One long living room, had a row of radiators down there, some storage, and then a lean-to out the back, and a sort of outside space out the back from the patio as well. So we've split this in half, put a stud wall down the middle, and eventually the plan is to have a bookshelf here with lower sort of desk there for Emily to work from. And you can see a little glimpse of the front garden, which I'll take you to at the very end and do all the external work. I really love this hallway. I did the panelling myself with the help of my carpenter. He basically guided me, but it's all sort of DIY. And I'll show you the snags as well. So one of the snags is the stairs. This one here was measured incorrectly, so that's got to be done. But we've gone for this beautiful herringbone style carpet with the trim down the side. We were going to go for the runner style that seems to be popular, but thought actually with this sort of house, it's not really a traditional house. We thought that would look better. Love my Antico floor, and as I said before, for a hallway, this is one of my favourite rooms, which is a bit ridiculous because I just love all the detail in here. And these stairs painted in the railings colour is just look really nice as well. A couple of boring rooms, well, one boring room to show you. This is our coat storage, and at the back we've got our tank in there and our fuse board and things like that. So that is probably the least exciting room in the house. And then another room that is really nice and shouldn't really be one of my favourites is the downstairs loo. I just love the colour in here. I love the tiles. I love the sort of traditional toilet. And then this nice big vanity in here with the brushed brass tap and mirror I'm really pleased with. And then this dark colour I really like as well with the radiator. And we might even paint the skirting the same colour as the walls now, as I think we both prefer it going completely dark. Going through to my favourite space in the house, and actually when friends have come over, they've said how much they like it as well, and where Dylan is sitting somewhere he definitely shouldn't, is the kitchen extension. So basically Dylan had free roam when we had the flat in Brixton, but now we're in a house, I feel like he shouldn't be able to go absolutely anywhere, but that's another thing. So this kitchen is from DIY Kitchens. You guys know from years of me posting about them that I do love them, but I've gone one bigger this time. So I usually just get the units from them, but I've gone for everything this time. I've gone for the handles, I've gone for the units, I've gone from the worktop. I've even got a bespoke colour. This is a Farrow and Ball they sprayed for me. and literally everything you see here, sinks, taps, I've got the cooker tap, all through them. So I'm going to do a specific video in really good detail in the weeks going by and how to use their planner and things like that. But I'll show you this because I'm really, really pleased with it. We really like how the house functions, i.e. you can sort of host friends here at the table and still sort of get everything ready and chat. A few small features I'll show you before I go into massive detail about it. It's obviously a really nice view from the garden out here, although the garden is an absolute disaster, and that work will be commencing in May. Really like the worktop. We wanted a worktop with something going on in it, but not so much that it gets quite big veins in certain areas. One of our favourite bits is, you've probably seen it all over Instagram, the coffee station. This works really well, got all your cups and things in here. That's one of our favourite features. And then we're really lucky, we've got all these amazing larder cupboards and things with lots and lots and lots of storage. We're actually spoilt for storage, which I apologise to people, especially living in London and places that don't have a lot of storage, because we never have before, and now we've got so much. We literally have cupboards like this that are currently completely empty, so I apologise. Another amazing thing in this utility room is this, the walk-in corner cupboard with little lights in there. Again, we filled it with miscellaneous rubbish because we're just trying to sort out, but how cool is that? And literally one of my favourite things. But this room as a whole is fantastic. We've got so much space, and like I said before, this is the back of the old living room and this is the back of the old house. So all we've done is chop through here to go through to the garage. This is a fire door to the garage, and then we've created all of this space out of the back of the old living room, and it is a lucky space because it just feels amazing. And you can have all your dirty laundry and things drying in the cat litter tray, and literally you can just close this door and not see it. Another snag, we've got to do a few reveals on these doors that we bought. Really pleased. I love how the Antico herringbone floor comes in. We need to buy lots and lots of things, as you can see. We need to buy, you know, furniture for going under there. The only thing we really committed to was this table, as it was so important to get nice and early. And then the living room. Again, this is all of our Brixton furniture, so we really need to buy all new things. Obviously, as you can imagine, all these things are super expensive, and we're just trying to think of the best way to use this space functionally. And what we think is some sort of built-in bespoke TV stand with sort of bookshelves on this wall, maybe a big L-shaped sofa in here, and then potentially a separate sort of seating area here with armchairs or something. But I'd love your opinion on this room, because it's first world problems, but it's lovely and large, but actually makes it a teeny bit tricky to commit to what to do. So all of these things are just from Brixton, where we had a Victorian flat, so everything's wood and old-fashioned style, whereas this house could kind of go either way. We could go modern or we could keep it traditional. But so from this wall here, this is all the double-storey side extension. So you walk through from what was the old downstairs loo here, remarkably, into our new extension. So we've got our living room, and then we've got a little snug room, which will be our sort of cosy TV room, if you like, until Lydia gets older, and I'm sure she'll take over with her friends, having that as a TV room. And this is her playroom, which unbelievably, this is tidy, and look at the state of it. This is probably the tidiest I've seen it for a while, and it still looks an absolute disaster. So the plan is to build in bespoke sort of shelves here, storage things. We've seen a few storage things, but some of them look like they sort of belong in a garage. So we're trying to look for like the nicest possible blend of cheap and something that actually looks good for, you know, 10, 15 years, rather than just when she's 3, what she is now. As you can see, she's migrated into the snug room as well. That's her little den and piano. We really like this dark colour. This is another thing that Emily painted. She painted the architraves and the skirting dark once we were finished, because they were white and she prefers it dark. And we might potentially even do this ceiling all dark as well. Still have some light fittings to buy, as you can see. When we moved in, we still had 25 lights that needed buying. And as you can imagine, even if you buy a light for like £50 to £100, which is relatively reasonable, that stacks up quickly. So that's why we don't have anything in here yet, especially as we don't really know what we're committing to. Show you these lovely skylights and lanterns from EOS Roof Lights. I really am pleased about this because we were worried about having a skylight in the living room because it's fairly unusual, I think, to have one in a living room, but it really floods us with light, especially on a lovely blue day like that. So if any of you guys ever need any skylights and roof lights, I'm always willing to recommend EOS because I've used them for maybe 10 plus years and they're the best in the business, I think, and they do the whole of the country as well. So we just went for a flat lantern over here to flood some light into this kitchen zone, and then same with under here and in the living room. Going upstairs, we've got our lovely new staircase. So those of you who are die-hard fans from the beginning probably remember that the stairs went this way. So the stairs went up here, returned there, and it went straight across that window really awfully. So it almost went over the front door. So we flipped the stairs this way and it makes it much better. I really wish that was finished for this video, but never mind, never mind. My carpet guy is so good, but he admitted he mucked up on that measurement. I really like the dark staining we've done. This was actually a late decision because we bought all oak, nice oak, and decided to stain it, which is controversial, but I do actually now think it looks brilliant, especially now this lovely herringbone carpet is in. Should not zoom in at how actually dirty this place is because, as you can imagine, this has become a bit much for us going from a flat to this house. Kept the original windows. Another thing on my list is to find a window cleaner in the area to the external. So this is the only room in the house that hasn't changed. So this was the master bedroom, and ridiculously this is now our 4th bedroom. What's lovely is we had Emily's sister and husband spend the night here on Christmas Day. They've got a baby who was in there, and they had a son who was on the blow-up bed down there, and we had a full house, and it made all the sort of hard work of the last few years really worth it. These wardrobes are over from Brixton. We're going to try and we've got to screw those back to the wall and do those properly. They're just sort of bodged in there for now. And this was Lydia's old bed, which we were going to throw away, and then realised so many of our friends have babies that it's probably worth keeping. Now this is Lydia's room. So Lydia's room is actually accessible from the bathroom, and then this is her room. So we've got a Jack and Jill situation. So there's 2 doors in the bathroom going through, and we'll start with Lydia's room here. I really like all the colours we have everywhere, all nice and warm. The thing we're really lacking in the house is, you know, things like mirrors and putting our pictures up and things like that, which we just haven't had time for yet. But the grand plan is she's got some bookshelves here that are going up, maybe above this here. And then we want to put some, you know, nice things on the wall. And she eventually will have some sort of built-in units here, maybe like a makeup thing or dressing table situation with some shelves. Then over here will be a built-in wardrobe, but perhaps without doors, keeping everything on display, and it might be wallpapered back there. So actually I think we are going to wallpaper it back there because I can see it sitting under the old dressing table, baby change there. So we're going to wallpaper all this zone and turn it into sort of a built-in dressing table. And then this is the Jack and Jill. So ridiculously, we use our ensuite. So this has become Lydia's bathroom basically, which is for a 3-year-old one of the most farcical things you will ever hear. So we've got this shower, which has been used fairly infrequently other than Christmas Day when everyone was staying here. The bath, which we use every day, and it's been amazing. And we really love, for us, how the bath transitions so well into bedtime routine of just, you know, having a bath, getting her ready, cleaning her teeth, all in one place. And I'm just really loving how, sorry about the flashing LED lights on this, but I'm really loving everything Emily chose in here, such as the different colour tiles. And I will go through everything in a really, really detailed video about where we bought everything. I've got a huge list I'm compiling, and I'm getting there. But I think again in here we'll just need a mirror and some things on the wall just to really finish it off. I'm really pleased we kept these original windows. I see a lot of houses these days have these huge windows in the front, and you can always just see the people sort of living in it and walking around, which I just don't like. And then up here, just a little storage cupboard with our boiler. And what we did is we bought some sort of cheap IKEA trouser hangers, and they've just become amazing as like an airer. And as you can see, the cat likes it in there because it's boiling too, so loves to hang out and follow me basically everywhere. So from the double story side extension, it starts from here. So this was an opening. This was a long time ago when you came up here. This bedroom still existed. There was a bedroom in the corner over there, and then we had a bathroom here and another bedroom back there, and then a storage thing right in front of us. So you can really see how this has changed in a couple of years. Even the stairs coming up in a totally different position. Coming through to our guest room. So again, on Christmas Day, we had Emily's mum and dad stay. It was really nice having everyone here, especially in the morning the next day. Emily's been buying a few things for in here, such as this dressing table. But again, we need some things on the wall. And as you can see, our side tables are currently old bathroom tiled, which for this ensuite, which I'll show you in a second. For those of you that see my videos, I've got all my Emma beds. So just to show you, I do always use the things I promote. I always make sure I just promote the right things that I recommend. And you can get a little glimpse of A, the dirty windows, but B, the front garden project, which is going to be this year. And this is probably the room with the most snags, because I really asked my plumber to sort of get it together as quickly as possible for the guests, but he only basically did it in a day. So there's lots and lots of snags, such as, you know, this is loose on here. The shower screen hasn't been fixed in, as in it's fixed in, but it hasn't got all the trims on yet to keep it watertight. And as I see, the toilet's basically hanging off the wall over there. The only thing probably without a snag is this sink area, and the towel rail is not even on, it's just hanging off the wall. But basically we just wanted to get it ready for Emily's parents to stay on Christmas, which he did, so I was pleased about that. And he's starting from Monday all next week just to get some bits and pieces finished. Coming through to our room. So our room is split into three. We've got this bedroom area, we've got an ensuite on the left here, and a dressing room, which Lydia keeps saying is mummy's dressing room, so apparently it's not mine. And you can see from here, that's the flat roof of the ground floor extension as well, with our nice EOS skylights. And eagle eye spotters might see Lydia's present from Santa, a trampoline, which was built on the 23rd, which I thought was a good idea, but actually turns out that she just saw it the next day on Christmas Eve, so Santa delivered it early. This is the panelling. You've probably seen one of my videos, so I did that panelling myself. Quite proud of myself for that one. And then this is our ensuite. So again, we need a mirror and we need some things to make it ours, but we're really pleased with the function of these rooms again. So the shower is exactly sort of how we want it, in terms of coming in this way, turning it on, water comes from that side so you don't get wet while you turn it on, and then everything just have lots of room to get out. I try not to spend too long in the ensuite, sorry, because of the flashing LED lights. Let's go back downstairs and show you the garden. The garden is quite the project. And I can show you the front as well. The front hasn't really changed. We've got a new garage door and a new front door. But otherwise, it's sort of how you've probably seen it as the months have gone on. So the outside is a bit of a mud pit. But really pleased with the front door. And we've had the whole thing rendered and sort of off-white. And then the plan for this is to build an oak porch in here, because it really needs a bit of detailing, and then have an in and out drive. So we'll have an in and out drive around here, and then leave sort of a bit of a grassy bit in the middle here. But really pleased with how it looks. I think it looks quite smart, but I really think it needs the oak porch to really tie in. And then we've got the garage the same colour as the front door as well. And let's go and show you the back garden. So the back garden is currently exited out of here, but we've obviously got patio doors here and patio doors here. And we're very fortunate in that we've extended a lot and we still have all this space. However, it has made the patio design a little bit tricky, but we think we formulated a plan. Let me show you the back of the house. I think the back of the house is actually more attractive than the front. I'm really pleased with how it looks, considering it's big. I think it looks really nice, and I really like that we've got the different aluminium doors and windows down the bottom with a lighter colour on top. I'm really pleased with it. People seem to be fascinated by our swimming pool, so this is part of the project to all get sorted. Look, we've had so much rain recently. This is how much it's filled up. So water is coming up through the bottom because the water table is so high here. So the plan is to completely drain it and completely dig it out, and then lower all of these surrounding walls, including all of this, and then so the water disperses back into the ground rather than rising up. And then the landscapers are going to basically go up to this first oak tree here, and we're going to dig all of this up. All of this grass, all of this soil was coming up, because the back bit is actually not too bad, but everywhere from basically where I'm standing upwards is going to change in the next few months, including ripping out all of this. We've got all of this type 1 type crushed stuff to eventually go, and then the plan is to have a 4-meter patio from this right hand side, including all the way down the side to the gate and all the way here. So 4 meters out here, and then we're going to come along here 4 meters and then jut out 7 meters in an L shape with stairs down. We didn't want to go 7 meters the whole way across, A, because it would look like a bit of an ugly car park, and B, just because of the cost of it, obviously. And even with that, it's still a large space, so we want to break it up with planting bits actually within it. So perhaps like a break of the patio with a planting area. And this is some of the samples we've got for now, but we're going to go down to the warehouse and look at all the different samples. But yeah, we're going to have privacy screens up there, and I think in the future potentially have a pergola or something with a barbecue bit down the end. We have to have privacy screens here because you can see how high we are and how much I had to climb down. When this patio comes all the way out, we will have a small step, but that fence down there will basically be at sort of knee height, so you could just literally jump the fence of your neighbour's house like that. So that is the big job of 2025, and we're prioritising that over the driveway as it's going to be ready for summer, I'm glad to say. And then back in the warm, the other big job I want to prioritise is obviously getting this room sorted. So it's the TV unit and the sofa, and just getting some idea of what to do, and trying to keep this cat under wraps. So I hope everyone likes it. I'm going to be doing lots of videos in the next few weeks. I'm definitely going to do a really detailed one with where I bought everything, how much things cost, and even like how much the extension costs. I think this is a really useful house to sort of gauge how much it would cost in a terraced house, the same with detached and detached houses, because we've got the different widths here, and we've done, you know, a double story at the side and a single at the back, and I've got all those costs split up, including drainage and everything, and I'll go through every purchase we've bought. But if there's something more urgently, please feel free to message me, and I'll reply as quick as I can. But yeah, 2 years in the making and still a lot to do, so please subscribe and follow for more, and I look forward to continuing the journey with you guys. Thanks for watching.